Good afternoon. It is April the 3rd. I happen to be in the warehouse district, which is perhaps not the most attractive opening shot I've ever had. But I'm going to take a little turn around the warehouse district, as I've done before, though not recently. Very nice day. It's supposed to go to 19. I don't think we're quite there yet, but it is certainly warm. Of course, it's downtown. I'm wearing my sunglasses, so I actually have to make it harder to see the screen, but I know that it's windy and dusty, and I don't want to get grit in the contacts, so I'll have to pop them up when somebody says hello, as Black Cat just did. Hi. Here's where I was in Bushwhackers there. It's very windy today, so I don't know what kind of wind noise we'll get. Something to do with the warmth, I guess. The yards. They're building stuff over there. I don't know exactly what. So yeah, this is the warehouse district. This is Dudney Avenue. Oh, I really don't want to keep walking down Dudney with that wind. I'm sure that's making terrible noises. The Ackerman building. Well, I often mentioned I shot a music video up there many years ago that you can find on YouTube. It's by a band called The Minnow, Regina band, and it's called Our House, I think. Is it called Our House? I'm getting that confused with the much better known song called Our House. Anyway, you can find it. It's set in a party, and it was shot in I played the host of the party, and it was shot in a apartment up at the top of the Ackerman building there. Well, let's get off Dudney. Let's go down this way. It's like a games place. Just going to do kind of a random walk. My car is actually parked not too far back on Dudney, so I'll work my way around through the district here a little bit and show off the sights, the muddy alleys as it continues to melt. These big buildings along here were kind of the main warehouses, and during homesteading days, there was actually a rail line that ran down where I just walked over there, a spur line, and you could load equipment and stuff out of the warehouses for homesteaders. This is the United Way building to my left. They sell stone over there. Greenhawk Equestrian Sport. I presume they sell saddles and bridles and things like that. Don't really know, never been in there, not being a horsey person. I don't know what they're doing up there at the end of the street. It's closed and there's a big pile of dirt in the middle. There you go. Greenhawk Equestrian. This was a fire station once upon a time. And this, I think, was a steel work, and it's kind of scrap metal now, but it still has the look of the old building. That one's never been gussied up in all the years it's been there. There was a rail line, I think, that ran through that sort of narrow space there for pushing cars in for loading, if I remember right. I led a couple of walks down here talking about historical things, historical buildings, but it's been a while. I'd have to study them to... I didn't expect to be able to cross that easily, but I did. So, yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing down there, but they made a mess of the road. I'm going to zigzag my way over with my limits being Broad Street in this direction and 4th Avenue in that direction. And I'll zigzag my way back. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Black Cad. The food places. Well, I just left a food place, Bushwhackers Brew Pub. There's a coffee shop right up here. And lunch place. I mean, they're scattered all over the place, right? So I often do pass them. And this is also like back on Dudney is also kind of the, I don't know, nightclub row. There's a few places like that along there. But here, Everyday Kitchen is a food place. It's a very nice coffee shop. I go in there to write sometimes. It's always busy. It always kind of surprises me, actually. It seems kind of out of the way. But sourdough, donuts, and coffee bar. Not sure what all's in that building anymore. Haven't been in it in a long time, but there's the sign. And this one used to be a bakery. And now has all of these things in it. Another building I haven't been in a long time. I don't know if I could just pass through. There's a fresh market here. I think my daughter's been in there, but I never have. Cathedral Therapies, whatever that is. Oh, Regina Brewing. Inc. Oh, so they've got a deck and probably offer some food options as well. Tap House. Another place I actually have never been into. I think of them as fairly recent. Oh, Bushwhackers is a place I like to eat, and so is the Everyday Kitchen back there I just walked by. So that's two already on this walk. I don't really eat it. Well, muffins and stuff at Everyday Kitchen. But I just had lunch at Bushwhackers. They have good pub food and good beer. A fitness place. I hear must be a train going across Dudney. I hear the bells. I hear the bells. But I will try to remember. I think I usually comment on restaurants when I go by them if they're a place we eat. Okay, we will zig to the right again. Actually, this whole street has got a lot of new stuff along it. It's kind of nice. That's the old Eaton's building. And then later it was the Sears warehouse, or discount building. But it started life as our big Eaton department store long before I was here. And it's got a lot of smaller things in it now. Now it's the Hunter's Furniture Bargain Outlet, it says. Once upon a time, Saskatchewan Writers Guild, I think, was in this building. I think this is where I came third in the 24-hour playwriting competition many, many years ago. I think we were doing the Mikado, which would have put that in 97. I think they were in there. And that's where the reason I remember what show we were doing was that it coincided with the show, and even though it was a 24-hour playwriting competition, I went out, did the show. I think I went out with the cast, went home, had a good night's sleep, came back, still wrote the longest play anybody wrote. My 24-hour play was 70 pages, a full-length play, and it's been produced since then, so not professionally, but it was done in Weyburn for their centennial. I had a cameo in the opening night production, so I went down and saw it. It was free, so it had a packed house. People seemed to enjoy it. There was another, that would have been in 2013, I think. There was another company in Alberta, I think. Somebody was at the production and expressed an interest, but nothing ever came of it. But I do have 2 or 3 plays available for production if anybody's interested. That used to be the John Deere building. It has really thick floors for holding up tractors and things. I'm not sure what that began life as, that one. So this is Broad Street. This is my eastern limit for this walk. Value Village there takes a lot of, as it says, donate your unwanted household items and help a non-profit today. We've donated lots of stuff to them over the years. See, there's still the remnant of a Goodyear sign on the side of that building, going way, way back. The boxing place has been there a long time. We'll go down the side here. Used to be a really nice bakery in there that provided muffins and things to all over the city, and they may still be doing that, but they closed down the retail portion of it. Then we get into the car dealerships. This building up here usually has had a furniture store in it. Got some condos in it now, I think. I don't know what there is on the main floor. Okay, we will turn left again. Someone got themselves honked back there. We'll go across. More warehouses over there. Old Army and Navy stores over there. Despite my sunglasses, I've got something in my right eye. It's very annoying. It's a problem with this time of the year. Windy and dusty, and I wear contacts. It's a bad combination. That's a Sears building there. The big one was a Sears building, and their big distribution building, but it's no longer that. Don't know what the current plans are for it. There's the other side of the Eaton building. This is an antique store. It's been here forever. And that building over there, which I think has condos in it now, is where I started work when I first moved to Regina. We had the top 2 floors for the Saskatchewan Science Center. My office, I think, was that corner, second one from the top. And we built our initial exhibits there before the Science Center opened where it is in the old powerhouse building in the park. That's why it's called the Powerhouse of Discovery. It's in an old powerhouse building. Hello from the city. Hello to someone from the city. Oh, yeah, it's hard for me to read all those things. No, I don't expect you to pay for my meal. That's unnecessary. Cabinet refacing now available. Countertops. Hello, E-Rose? Is that what that says? T-Pose. E-Rose, T-Pose. My eyes are so bad. Huh. Scuba store. Oh, I've been doing it for 2.5 years now. 3 years, actually. Yeah, I guess it's 3 years. Probably this month since I started. Pretty regularly. The first year, I did about 180, 190 days in a row without missing a day. I'm not quite that regular anymore. There are times when I just don't want to take the time. All right, well, we'll zig this way because I obviously can't go any further that way. It's not really a sidewalk on the other side, at least not to begin with. Not really a sidewalk on this side either, but kind of. One of the less scenic shots of the city. This is all part of the Sears complex originally. Of course, downtown is a little further away than it was over there. I carry my computer bag, so I've got myself weighed down a little bit extra today. There's a plumbing place over there. I don't know what else. All right, well, we'll cross over here because it turns into mud up ahead of me. Which street am I on? Well, I'm zigzagging, so I'm never on one street for very long. This is 5th Avenue. I'm about to go around the corner. Don't think I can cut through there. It seems to be fenced. So I'll have to go to the corner and then I'll go up to 4th. And then I'll start zigzagging my way back again. Can't go much further this way because you run into city property. There's an Enterprise rent-a-car over there. But I think I can zig up to 4th, go one more block, and then start working my way back toward where I left the car. Up here on 4th, we're coming up to the Regina Cemetery, the oldest cemetery in the city. Looks like they're doing something new over here. New parking lot, probably, to go with that building. Yeah, I think I can go one more block and then come down over on the other side over there. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. Maybe I just have to I'd have to go all the way down to Albert if I go that way. I'm not sure I want to do that. I guess that road's still open. Okay, we'll get there. See, it still says Sears up there, but I don't think it actually is Sears anymore. Sears is as dead as the people in the cemetery over there. The gate's open, but I'm not going to go walk to the cemetery. Not this time, anyway. Could sometime, I guess. Maybe around Halloween. Okay, I think we continue with a sidewalk, or do we? Is there a sidewalk, or does it peter out around the corner? Oh, it peters out. So I don't want to walk that way. So, I'll just show you the cemetery, and I'll go back the way I came. Now we're working our way back toward the car. Although I'm still going to zig all the way over to Albert, I think, before I get back to Dudney. Yeah, I don't think there's any way over there anyway. So, okay. We'll stick to our plan. A slight doubling of our path. Not too bad. So that's a City of Regina vehicle there. After this, I have to go take some posters to the guy that distributes posters for the Wascana Voices concert coming up on April 27th that I'll be singing in. I designed the posters and picked them up from the printer, so I'm going to drop them off at the printer guy. Now, this is all new, so I don't know what it is. It's got a lot of big doors. Scar Street Industries, it says, which is fairly descriptive. Available all 22. They're building it for somebody, one would think, not just in the hope that somebody will buy it. Enterprise Rent-A-Car again here. Again, this is all city stuff over here. I can go down this alley maybe, or around the corner. I don't think no, that won't take me anywhere, except somewhere I'm not supposed to be. So, as you can see, the road ends in this direction. I'll take you through to Albert Street. Oh, Sask Power, actually. Okay. This is all Sask Power property. Oh, something's whistling. I guess it's the wind in the... That's weird. Weird sound. I'm sure it's just the wind blowing through this scaffolding here. Kind of cool. No sidewalks on this street. Definitely not in pedestrian territory at the moment. That's really a weird sound. If I was in a science fiction movie, that'd be bad news. Aliens coming to eat me. I think sidewalk picks up over there. Over there. Again, now we're looking straight downtown. This would be Cornwall we're on, I guess. The gold building on the left is the SaskTel building, and the taller building on the right is the SGI building, Saskatchewan Government Insurance. We will zig again to the right if it makes sense. Trespassers will be prosecuted. I'm not trespassing. I'm just walking by. It's okay. If I can safely, and there's no cars coming, of course. Alrighty. We zig again to the right. I did harbor landing just on Easter Sunday, on the 31st. I did a walk through harbor landing when there was still snow. If you back up a couple of days, you'll see that. All right, District 3 here is an escape room. I've been in there a couple of times. for a birthday party. Once, maybe twice. They also have virtual escape rooms, which is interesting. Virtual reality. I haven't tried those. Not very good at them. Seems like something I should be good at, but no. A few years ago when World Science Fiction Convention was in, I guess we were in Kansas City, a bunch of DAW authors and some of their kids, like my daughter, did a escape room. So we have all these multiply published authors, and we were terrible. We were terrible. I think the kids actually did better than we did in their room. But in our defense, we didn't write mysteries, we write science fiction, so. Lots of car-related places down here, and, you know, construction and stuff. Spirit of the Dragon, martial arts, probably. What does that say? Martial arts school. Yep, there you go. Not something I've ever done. This is where my daughter's dance studio used to be, and it burned down. Quite a tragedy. Tens of thousands of handmade costumes were lost. But it rebounded and relocated somewhere else, and now it's down close to my house. My daughter's working there, actually, part-time, while she's home. No, this is not pre-recorded. This is live at the moment. But it's, of course, automatically saved. So it will immediately become pre-recorded as soon as I'm done. All right. Just a block from Dudney, really a block from the car. So I'll go one more block this way and then go down to Dudney, or else go down the railroad tracks. That's always fun. Yeah, it was nice when my daughter was dancing here because I could walk to Bushwhackers where I just was, have a beer if she was in for a couple of hours. Collision and Glass Service, another car place. I think I'll go down I'll go down the railway track when I get there. If it's not too muddy, let's see what it looks like. This is a much busier street here, 8th. Well, it might be a little muddy. I risk it. It's a little muddy. I think I'll stick to the streets. But anyway, there's the railroad track. You can see right at the end of it the dome of the legislature, and the tornado in 1912 basically came right up that way, right along that railroad track, which also connects to more or less to Lawrence Street on the other side. So there was a lot of damage here as well as down there in 1912. Most deadliest tornado in Canadian history. This is where I bought the shoes I'm currently wearing. Foster shoes here. They carry New Balance, which is my favorite. They're just more comfortable than most shoes I find. So I go down the alley, or is it too muddy too? And what's worse? All right, we'll carry on down to the street properly. So yeah, Foster shoes, where I bought my shoes. Oh, thanks again, Black Cad. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Not sure I deserve it, but I appreciate it. All right, we'll go down McIntyre to Dudney and then back to where the car's parked. And that'll be this. That's Albert up there, which I just as soon avoid because it's much busier. It looks muddier on this side than the other, so let's cross over. There is a sidewalk over here. And not on that side so much. Serious protection. Killer looks. Line X spray on truck. Liners. Well, this didn't help. That didn't help at all. The wind's drying out my throat as I try to walk. Oh, that's just as bad there. I guess I was better off on the other side. I am now anyway, because I have to go that way. So. Variety plumbing and heating. Hot tub sales. We've been in there because we do plan to buy a hot tub. Probably next year, the earliest, though. Still not finished with the work in our backyard to support said hot tub, new deck, new extension, all that stuff. Okay. Go back this way, then one more block south. That'll be where the car is. This is the Exchange, which is a venue for lots of concerts and things happen there. It's also, there's a very famous Canadian TV show called Corner Gas that was shot in Saskatchewan, a little town called Rollo mostly, and on our soundstage here in Regina. And they filmed their last episode here, and I was in the last episode as an extra. There were like 8 years or something, and I never got on until then. I think they needed people that couldn't be recognized as someone from the extras in the small town. And I am on camera, but all you see is the back of my head. I'm standing in front of a bulletin board holding a beer as the main characters, the two cops who are main characters, walk by me on their way into the Exchange, where the main character is a very well-known Canadian comedian, Brent Butt, was performing, and that's kind of how they wrapped everything up. Because Brent Butt in the series ran a small gas station in Dog River, the fictional version of Rollo. They couldn't figure out he was doing something suspicious, and it turns out he was doing stand-up comedy. So there you go. That was my one and only appearance in the most famous TV series shot in Saskatchewan. I knew other people who were regular extras and people with speaking roles, like the guy who played the mayor, a couple other people that had significant roles were friends of mine or people I knew from the theater community. That was a much further step down than I expected. That was my one and only appearance. Never have done much in film and theater, a few things, but not a lot. I mean, in film and TV or videos. All right, once we get around the corner here, my car's actually to the right up here around this next corner. And that'll be the end. I'm certainly glad I'm wearing the sunglasses on this street, the wind blowing in my face. So Bushwhackers is in that building there, this Hallman. There's other clubs and things along here, but I don't know them very well. They seem to come and go. Get over on the sidewalk now. This building has another nice coffee shop in it I've been in a few times. It's a Brewed Awakening, same as the one I often walk to downtown, part of the same chain. I don't come to this one as often. This is one of the hazards of doing this. You tend to be looking ahead or at the screen and not always watching your feet. All right, another view of downtown. And actually, I'll stop on this corner because my car is just around the corner. Oh, so there you go. A little bit of the warehouse district on a windy, mild, but dusty day. Thanks for walking with me. Bye for now.